1 Corinthians 12. Paul is trying to help the Corinthian church to really understand what God was doing when he made the church. With all the different aspects, or the different types of members, or types of gifts that the individuals represent when you look around. I have a unique perspective quite often when we gather here. You have one. You're looking either at the back heads of somebody in front of you or at me. And that's pretty much all you see. And you miss out, really. First of all, this isn't much to see looking at me, and you're missing out on the beauty of everything else that's arranged here. But take a moment and just look around. So it's okay, although your parents probably told you, don't turn around in church. Go ahead and just take a look around at what we have in here for a moment. Seriously, I mean, totally turn around and look. I mean, we're really balanced on one side with a lot of students here, kind of leaning that way, but they're not so old, so it kind of bounces back over this way. But we've got a variety of people here. And God intends for his church to have such a balance, such a variety. Matter of fact, as we're looking at it in verse 18 of 1 Corinthians 12, it says that God has set the members, each one of them, in the body just as he pleased. It was his intention to do it that way, to mix a variety of different things together and call it the church. He never intended it for it to be exactly like one another. It's an army to the extent of what we're to be doing in trying to defeat Satan. But we're not all the same size or the same mass or the same hair color or the same anything. And there's a purpose in that. But the problem is, as human beings, we have a variety of different people that either feel like they are really special, or some that feel like they're not worth anything. And you're probably leaning one way or the other. You're either thinking, I might have a place in the church, but I don't really know where it is, and I'm not that important. Or you might be feeling like, well, tonight, now that I'm talking about you, probably wouldn't, but you got a good feeling about yourself, and you do well, and you excel in a lot of different things, and we're glad for that. But what it came to, as far as the Corinthian church, was that those that felt good about themselves felt like they were the elite people, and they began to look down on some of the others. And those that already feel down somewhat about themselves felt even lower. And so Paul is trying to get this thing balanced the way God had said it initially, so they could understand. So he talks about it from this standpoint. Verse 12, as the body is one and has many members, but all the members of that body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ. So we're supposed to be one body, united together. In fact, verse 14, he says the body is not one member, but many. So, if the foot should say, well, because I'm not the hand, I'm not part of the body, does that keep it from being part of the body? Or if the ear should say, because I'm not the eye, is it therefore still not part of the body? Now, if the whole body were the eye, where would the hearing be? Or if the whole body were the hearing, then where would the smelling be? Now, I didn't say spelling bee, I said smelling bee. Okay. Verse 18, then, when we read that God had set the members, each one, just as he pleased. And then verse 21, he looks from the other side. He says, and therefore the eye cannot say to the hand, I don't need you. Nor can the head to the feet, I have no need of you. No. Much rather, those members of the body which seem to be weaker, by whosever standards, are necessary. And those members of the body that we think are less honorable, on these we bestow greater honor. And our unpresentable parts have greater modesty. Verse 26, and if one member suffers, all the members should suffer with it. Or if one member is honored, then all the members should rejoice with it. It's such a beautiful thing that I get to stand up and see such variety. And it's unique in how God does all this. And that we share our talents and accomplish things. Engineering minds in here tonight, raise your hands. You know how things, I know Dennis is an engineer, full-fledged. I mean, of the mindset, just kind of, mechanics or computers, or, okay, we're getting there. These machines, electronic or mechanical or whatever, they operate only because there's a variety of different parts in there that function together. And they have to work that way. Same way in cooking, for those that understand that process. You get a good recipe when you put all kinds of ingredients, just the right amount, to make what you're looking for. And if it was all one ingredient, then it'd be not that good at all. You see, this is what God is doing in the church. He's making something fabulous. We fulfill that to its maximum when we do our part, is what Paul's talking in this letter. We do it well, and we honor the rest of the people, no matter who they are or what they are, and let them know that we appreciate that we form this body together. It's so interesting how God does that. Not you, but God. And we get the blessings of it. And that's part of God's intention. So as we're sharing and doing all these different things that we do this week or any other time, at the student center, at your job, with your family, at school, wherever you are, we function as a body. It's good to hold that mindset, even when you're apart from the body, that we're this little member over here doing this job, because sooner or later, maybe we connect that part with the body too, on those works of service that we do. It's a privilege, an honor, and a responsibility. And God expects us to fulfill that. So we're glad you're here. Glad everybody's sharing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's what God intended to do. Do it right. Do it scripturally. Do it reverently. Do it in honoring God. And God's pleased. Tonight, as we close our devotional lesson, you look at your life, and you say, number one, I'm not even a part of that. I'd like to be. I want to be part of that. We're baptized into Christ. We become Christ's part of that church when we take that on. If you've not done that, do that tonight. And if you've sidestepped and you've sinned, you've gone off the path, and get it right and come back into fellowship with God. And all of us understand those struggles. And we're here to help each other make it. And if you're needing some help, then come. While we stand and say, please.